Hello, wave makers, and I am really happy to be talking to you today. Cheryl's been kind of giving her insights as we've gone through the reading this week, and we finished our first week. Yay! That's great news. Today you have off, unless you have decided to make a different day your day off. But generally speaking, if you're following along, today is a day off. You can use that day to catch up, or you can use that day to do some further study on your own or whatever you have planned. Now we talked early on about what if you are reading through the Bible with your kids. How do you help them understand? What can you do with them to bring these lessons to them in a way that helps make sense in their world and what they do? And earlier in the year, well, I guess last year in the summer, I was tasked with helping or creating the curriculum for our 3 and 4 year old Bible class at our congregation. And there was ways in which it was a daunting task because of some different things that I had going on, but there was other ways that this was a fairly easy task for me to do because I have all the materials. I have all my mom's and grandmother's Bible class things that they've used throughout the years. And so I was able to just pull from that and then find some examples for activities, find some new coloring pages, that kind of thing. Well, just coloring pages doesn't always reinforce the lesson. They are a great time filler when you need it, but having some kind of activity that connects the lesson to something practical really helps kids. Well, it helps all of us. But, if you start forming those connections earlier, they're going to last throughout their life. And one of the things that I found, if you've noticed the first few chapters of Genesis, they have a lot to do with our actions and their consequences. And consequence is kind of a hard thing to explain to a young child. You can give examples, when you do this, then this will happen. But that still may not really drive it home. But you know what drives it home? And something that all kids of pretty much every age, even big kids, like to do? They all like to build things and knock them down. So there's a couple of different things that you can do. When we talked about when sin entered the world, we talked about the domino effect. And so we have these giant sized dominoes in our kids' classroom at church, but you can, use your own dominoes or blocks or whatever you have and set them all up. And then you knock one and you see what happens to those. And the kids are like, oh, if I do this, then all these fall. Or, oh, look, something got in its way and it stopped it. And you can talk about those things. And it's really cool and really exciting to see that connection in their head. Another thing is whenever you can build a really tall tower and knock it down, because that's showing that actions have consequences, and it's showing that not everything that is built up has a firm foundation to stand. And you can talk about ways to make the foundation of that building better so that it can withstand more. You can talk about different types of blocks have better, hold on to things better. Like a Lego creation is going to be more sturdy than just the big bulky wooden blocks because they're designed to click into each other. And you can make those connections with things that you probably already have in your house. And those are the kinds of lessons I really enjoy doing with kids, is that they can see the application right there in front of them. The second part of things that I was kind of thinking about last night is, we have all these little songs that we sing in Bible class with younger kids. And one of them is be careful, little eyes, what you see, and then hands, what you do, and ears, what you hear, and all this kind of stuff. And I realized, little kids, that pre-K age don't necessarily know what all those things mean. Yes, I still think it's important to sing those songs because the songs will stick with them throughout their life. The part of your memory that is connected to music is different than that which is connected to word. It's why we have the alphabet to music, the New Testament books to music, all these things that are set to music. Think how easily you remember those versus things you just read or things you just saw somewhere. That music ties to a different place in your memory. So Be careful, little eyes, what you see. I was thinking we need to be singing this in our high school classes and in our adult classes because the lesson is still applicable. We have to be careful what we see. We have to be careful what we hear. We have to be careful what we're doing, where we're going, because all of those things impact our actions, impact our thoughts. And like Cheryl says, if you can't control your thoughts, if you can't control yourself, you're not going to be able to do much else. So, and you don't have any business trying to control anything else. So, just taking all that captive, and remembering, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. It matters what you're putting in because that's what's going to come out. And those are my kind of thoughts for the week. If you have any other questions about how to teach these lessons to kids, feel free to message me, connect with me, and I'm happy to share different things I found, different things I use. And I will talk to you guys next week or maybe before. Love y'all. Bye.